All right, welcome. Sorry for the delay. Woo, if you only knew. If you only knew what was going on behind stage. Welcome, everybody. This is day 2. I don't know why I want to keep calling it day 3, but we're on day 2. Protecting your energy is today's topic of our free 3-day Up Your Vibe challenge. Yes. So we're going to just take a second, let some people join, bring in the energy. Let me make sure everything sounds good. You know, that actually should have done that. So, hold on, hold up. People can, yeah, okay. Let's see. All right, that's not working. All right, so let me go on here and just make sure we're groovy. Let's check it out.
It's your turn to drive.
Now. Hello. Is it working? Hello. Okay, I think we're good. I had to do a check 1 2 microphone check 1 2 1 2. All right, it is Saturday. Welcome to the free 3-day Up Your Vibe challenge. So what did we talk about yesterday? Yesterday we talked about, let me turn this off. Okay, what is up, guys? Hey, this is Karen Kane here. Here we go. I'm going to turn this off, and we're going to take a nice deep breath in together as I turn this off. And exhale through your mouth. 3 times. 1 in through your nose and out. 1 more time. Hold it. And exhale. Tap the third eye and down to your heart. And here we go. Here we go. Awesome. Okay, so welcome, everybody. My name is Karen Kane. Welcome if you are on YouTube, Instagram, or one of my Facebook pages. I'm super grateful for your presence and your energy. Hi, Tanya. Yes, awesome. So if you don't know who I am, and maybe this is the first time you're meeting me, my name is Karen with a Y. Why? You know the rest of the song, but Karen with a Y, sometimes known as KK. Coaching with KK. Here we are. Welcome, everybody. I see some people joining. Hello. I'm super excited for today because I think this is something that people don't necessarily know about. The topic is protecting your energy, or they're afraid to talk about it. So this is shifting everything into really how you perceive things and how you handle things in life. Super important for your own personal growth and energy, and protecting your energy. Super important. Okay. And yesterday, if you didn't catch the challenge yesterday of day 1, this is their Up Your Vibe, Find Your Tribe challenge. There is a private Facebook group. All are welcome. The link is in my bio. Should be all over the place. If you have any difficulty finding the group, let me know and I can add you. The group is on Facebook, just in case that's not clear. I want to make that clear. And we do have assignments every day, and you'll be posting your assignments and looking at other people's assignments and supporting each other. The whole idea with my message and what I put out there is building community and supporting each other. From my past, so let me tell you a little bit about my past. I wasn't always this way. I was like the opposite, okay? I am 51. I am a divorced mom to a teenage son. He's 17. Almost, gosh, it's going to be almost 8. That's crazy. That's just crazy. If you guys have young children, just embrace every moment of it because it just goes lickety split. Like it is blink and he's 6'2" and a man. It's crazy. It's crazy. I am really awesome friends, best friends. We go through some times, but with my ex-husband, so we managed to just like we work together as a modern family. That's really cool. I wish everybody could do that. I know that's not the case, but I'm very blessed to my friend. Jen is texting me. Oh my gosh. Okay, so oh my gosh. Yeah, she's got to stop. Okay. So I am also over 6.5 years sober and pretty much was a drunk my whole life since I was 15. I pretty much tapped into starting to drink and it just progressively got worse and worse as, time went on. I have 2 times being sober in the past, but I did it for the wrong reasons. I didn't I didn't plug in the right way. And there is, in my opinion, there is a right way if you really want to get it and keep it. So I had it, but I wasn't doing the proper things to keep that sobriety. I just didn't know. I didn't know. And what you don't know, you don't know. Yeah, Jen, you're texting me and I'm like, hello. So welcome. Thank you for being here and saying hi. Hi. Yeah, so it wasn't until I finally really hit the bottom and I had to really make some massive change. I did a 180. 30 day and I'm sorry, 3 months, 90 days. I did a GoFundMe, signed up for a transformation program to do the transformation and also become a certified transformation coach. And I did that. And I lost like 35 pounds and I won like $1,000 for a Beachbody for my progress and my before and after, all these cool things. And I became a coach. And I was a coach before that, but yeah. But I was not doing the right things. I was called a ping pong. I was a ping pong table. Like I would coach, but then I would like binge drink and binge food and oh gosh. Yeah. So, I mean, our past it doesn't define us today. It does shape us. If you were to go back and connect the dots of how everything important in your life connected to where you are today, you will really see how it all comes up to today and who you are today and why you show up today, right? So cool. Let's just recap yesterday in case you guys didn't join yesterday. Thank you everybody for the cheers. I'm super grateful for you, for your presence and your energy. Everything is energy. Therefore, we are connected right now, whether we're in the same place or not. It really doesn't matter. We are connected right here. And I fully believe that. And I hope you do too, because if you do, then you're going to benefit even so much more. I got the power. If I have the power, you have the power and we have the power. So if we have the power together, if we take this power together, we are lifting up our vibration and we are finding our tribe, which is super important because we're not meant to be alone. We're not meant to do this alone. We really aren't. And sometimes, like if I could tell you the story about me, and does this sound okay? Are we good? Yesterday there was some serious issues, and then this morning, that's why I was a little delayed. Things just sometimes don't work. It's like technology is a little bit, you just don't know, but yesterday I rolled with it. I'm going to roll with it today. So hopefully you can hear me well, see me well. Give me a thumbs up if you can. Awesome. And Jen, I think maybe let me just, Jen's a really good friend of mine. She's also been in my groups and we have a pretty cool, solid past so far. And we're just joining forces together more and more. It's super exciting. Like we might do an ice bath today. I think we're doing an ice bath today. I think so. So anyway, okay, cool. Awesome. Thanks, Tanya. So basically, so yesterday, let's talk about yesterday. And if you are not in the group, feel free, please join the group. This is Up Your Vibe, Find Your Tribe. And you can find yesterday's live feed. You will find some of the members' introductions of, their introductions of who they are and why they're here and how they're connected. and also your assignments. So you would also find your assignments within that group. So yesterday's assignment, okay, so let's just recap yesterday in case you missed it. Yesterday we talked about how do we lift our mood in a daily routine? And those were wake up with gratitude. You can write it down, you can journal as well. Drink warm lemon water. So a quarter to a half of lemon squeezed into about a cup, 6 to 8 ounces of warm water. This detoxes your body, flushes, reboots your system, among a lot of other benefits. The lemon is amazing. That's why, when people are like doing a health thing, you'll see, I'm drinking lemon water. I'm drinking lemon water. Great. Do it. Drink it. We talked about meditation and different forms of meditation. And that was actually the assignment yesterday. So the assignment was to do a meditation. And I know a couple people posted in the Facebook group about their experience and what meditation they did, or if they tried to. Some people tried to, but a lot going on. And I said, well, try in the morning. And honestly, it could just be like this morning, for example, I made my coffee. And I had my warm lemon water. I made my coffee. I went outside. It's a beautiful day here. Gorgeous. It just feels a little bit lifted of humidity and it's not as hot. So that was a nice treat. And just sat in a chair, put my bare feet in the ground, and the sun's out. So I just sat there, for like 5 minutes. And that wasn't my meditation, but it was a form of meditation. And, if that's where you want to start, have at it. Do something to connect with your breath and your source within. So the last we talked about, let's see. Yeah, so that was it, really. And these things, all of these things put together, kickstart your day. And if you do a meditation, if it's 5, 10, 12 minutes before you leave the house, it sets the tone for your day and you connect with source, and that's what you bring out in the world. So it's, to me, when I coach, if someone's resistant, I keep pushing them to try. Keep pushing them to try. Try. Okay. So today is about protecting your energy. So we create our energy and we high vibe our energy first thing in the morning. And then we go out into the world, and what happens? We have interactions. We're around other people's energy, and we have no control over that. I mean, unless we are hermits and we stay inside and we don't interact with anybody. But the fact of the matter is, as soon as you walk out that door, everything is energy, right? And how many millions of whatever people are out there in the world, and you're interacting whether you know it or not. And so this comes to our own energy. Protecting our own energy is so important, and I don't think we really, really realize how important it is for our own peace, our own inner peace. Yes, it is super important. And once we get into that high energy, how do we keep it? How do we keep that high energy? It's up to us. Only we can keep that high energy because it's us. No one is us. No one can help us control it, right? I mean, well, sort of, but not really. Ultimately, like I could do an affirmative prayer. I could help you. I could give you tools, but ultimately it's up to you to do these things, to chill the F out, right? Yes. What does my shirt say? This is one of the shirts on my site too. Go with the flow and let that shit go. Go with the flow, let it go. Let it go. We talked about letting it go yesterday, and now we're really going to talk about letting go. So any questions, you guys, if you have any questions about anything that I talked about yesterday or I talked about today, you can drop it in the chat. I will do my best to answer it now. If not, I will answer it in the Facebook group. Cool. If you're joining, say hello so I can see who's here and welcome you, connect with you. That's my vibe. Community is unity. Believe in humans. Yes. Awesome. Okay. So here's the deal. It is protecting your own energy and keeping it high is taking ownership. It's taking ownership, full ownership of everything that's happening for you. Yes, it's happening for you. Taking full ownership. If somebody pisses you off and you are affected by that, that's you. So it's taking ownership. So you could be like, yeah, that guy's an asshole and he really pissed me off. But ultimately, here's the magic. The magic is, okay, I have compassion for that person. I don't know. If I step into their shoes, I don't know what's going on within that person. And I don't know what they've been through. And so rather than being like, that guy's an asshole, how can you shift it and be more compassionate? Because if you're in that energy and you're sucking that energy in, that poison, you're sucking that poison in, like drinking the poison of the negative energy. And then once you get that negative energy from somebody else, then you poisoned yourself. And then that high vibe that you created in the morning before you walked out that door now went to shit. And who chose that? Was it the person that pissed you off? Or was it you? Taking ownership. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? Are you able to just take ownership for everything that's happening in your life and it's happening for you, not to you? Are you able to walk away? Okay. So you're in a situation, one of your close people, and you're having confrontation. Tanya says you. You're having a confrontation. And reminds me of be kind. Everyone is fighting a battle. Yes, absolutely. Yes, absolutely. And this is so true because we all know we've been through a lot. And as a coach, I come in contact with a lot of people and a lot of experiences that they're either ready to overcome, they're in the process of overcoming and healing. It's not overcoming, it's healing. It's healing. And then, or they've healed and on to the next thing. In my opinion, as humans, we're just constantly healing, growing, ascending. No, we're never going to be perfect. Never, ever, ever. And if you have those expectations on yourself, which we're going to talk about, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. Really. We put so much pressure on ourselves. And I mean, the bottom line is the more we fail, which I fail all the time. Like I'm constantly failing all the time. The more I fail, the stronger I become, the more I learn, the more I grow, the higher I ascend, the more I heal. So doesn't that all sound good? Doesn't that sound good? So instead of putting like the negative connotation, that poison, I'm drinking somebody else's negativity or my crazy brain negativity that somebody might have ensued into me, like when I was a child or, in my early days of forming who I was. And maybe those beliefs were not true. It was poison to me. I didn't think I was good enough, ever going to be good enough, ever pretty enough. Nothing I did was ever good enough. And that stuck in my head. And that made me play small. And that also, I chose to self-soothe, self-medicate, drink alcohol to put on a false ego, false confidence. And I'm not blaming anybody, but I am taking responsibility for changing that story, changing the story. So at any given point in time, we can change the story. Nothing is happening to you. It's all divinely guided. It's all happening for your greatest and highest good. And if it's all happening for your greatest and highest good, then what's the problem? There's no problem. It's all in your mind. So we create our own reality. We create everything, our energy that is happening right here, right now. So what are you choosing? How are you choosing to react, not react? Let go, no blame, take ownership. The blame game it doesn't work. The blame game doesn't work. You're not going to get further. It is not going to help heal you. It is going to keep you stuck in the mud. The blame game does not help you. So when you take full ownership of your situation and you change it, then you're empowered. So my whole thing is a spiritual warrior, empowerment, strength, courage, and yet you've got the love, the peace, the joy, the kindness. So yeah, we can be badass, powerful humans with a lot of compassion. So that's the spiritual warrior program. That's the spiritual warrior within us, in my opinion. And that's my viewpoint. Okay. So everybody sees the world through different lenses because of what they've been through. And when I was talking about confrontation, Tanya on Instagram says, I was in a situation like that yesterday. Okay. So hopefully this will help you because we're in these situations all the time. We're humans. We have human interactions. And it's up to us how to choose, but learn how to block that negative. Yeah, you walk away. So that's the other thing. If you're face to face or you're having a conversation and it's making you feel uneasy. So here's the deal is as soon as you feel like inside your intuition, your gut, and you feel like, oh, this doesn't feel right, are you able to walk away? Are you able to let go with kindness and love and compassion? Are you able to, does your ego able to remove it and just be like, you know? And if it is really something that keeps reoccurring in your life, it'll keep happening until you change the story. It'll keep until you learn the lesson. It'll keep happening to you until you learn the lesson. We're just like literally like we're students for life, honestly. And whether or not you are conscious of that, that's you. It's up to you. Are you growing? Are you learning? Are you doing? Hello, welcome. Thank you for being here. Karen here. So we're talking about protecting our energy. So, right. So it's up to us. Okay. Now we're going to talk about, okay. So no blame. Oh, be transparent. Are you transparent in your daily life? Being transparent has been the most freeing experience and freeing way of being that I could ever want everybody to share themselves. Once you're transparent, you just like, I don't know, it just really just everything just kind of flows off of you. Because if you're transparent and you're being honest and truthful with yourself, you're standing in your truth of who you are, your values, your core values, then that's it. Who can come up against that? Because that is you. And if they come up against you, it's all their shit. So if it's all their shit projecting on you, then you have to have compassion for them. Does that make sense, guys? Does that make sense? Okay. So we're going to also talk about no attachments, having like zero attachments, which is kind of what this is about, letting go. Let go, let God, let go, let that shit flow, like let it flow, let it flow. No attachments, which brings me to a really powerful book. It's a spiritual book. You may have read it. If you haven't, I highly recommend it. It is called The Four Agreements. It's a very simple read, but it's a really powerful read. So I would highly recommend this book. I would also highly recommend grabbing a highlighter and reading through the book and highlight what resonates with you or what jumps out for you. It's really cool. And we're going to talk about the four agreements. And we're going to have homework on the four agreements in the group. Okay. Does anybody have any questions so far? Hey guys, welcome on Instagram. Does anybody have any questions so far? If not, yeah, I mean, and blocking, for me, unfortunately, like blocking is really the last thing I want to do. However, if somebody continues to keep really messing with your inner peace, then it's unfortunate, that that happens. And everything is happening for our greatest and highest good and happening for a reason. And we don't always know what the reason is right away. Okay. So don't expect to know why right away. It might take a lot of time. Um, for sure, I'll share a little bit. I for sure I don't know the whys as to really what exactly happened with my last relationship and how it ended, and coming into a lot of new information after doing research and figuring out there was narcissistic behaviors and patterns the whole time that I was with this person. And now to come to realize what those are, and what everyone out there on like YouTube is telling me, as a spiritual practitioner, that's a little challenging because I know deep down the person is perfect, whole, and complete. Their soul, they are perfect, whole, and complete. And it's where there's been a lot of trauma in the person's life. And therefore, there is a massive opportunity for healing. And within that massive opportunity, that person could really just be such a brilliant light, and they are. Okay, so like, cuz I dated this person, so I don't date like just anybody. So that's the tricky thing. So why did that happen, and how's it going to, who knows what's going on with that, and I have to let it go. And of course I have questions, but and things keep coming. Actually, it's very odd. It's like really most bizarre situation I've ever been in. But we're not going to talk about that. But I'm just going to share with you that you know um we don't know. We don't always know the whys, and that's what I wanted to say. I mean, I have a million questions. I could go crazy. Like, I could be a crazy person, and like hunt this person down and try to see them in person. Oh, actually, I did that years ago when I was like in my drinking. I did that with, so apparently I track here. This is what I attract: men who grew up without a father in their life, who I guess have trauma and have a lot of healing to do, and attract, they have narcissistic behaviors, and they attract empathic, you know empathic, kind, loving, creative souls. So that's my story, that then I have to really dive deep and figure out what, and I have been, how am I healing, and why did this happen, and why did I attract these people, and what's going on there. And I definitely have all these theories, but I want to show you how healing looks like, and how we really have to go deep within, sometimes really deep in our subconscious that we've blocked out, because a lot of times with trauma, we block things out, and we just never think about them again. And that's what's going on with this person, I'm sure. But I can't help that person, because because they did have all this trauma, and they are in a narcissistic pattern behavior way. And until they till they reach out for help, honestly, I really think, the person does a lot of work within on their self, but it's time to talk to someone. It's time to really get deep and heal. So hurt people to protect themselves and protect their ego and protect, because they don't want to feel abandoned. They don't want to feel, and that's why they also leave a lot of times first, is fear based. Okay, that was a little tangent, but I think it was important to show you what healing, as a spiritual practitioner, that's what healing is all about, is kind of just unraveling all of our shit that's been put on us our whole life, right? So it's a journey of healing. So have you embraced this journey of healing within your life? Because it's not easy. And that's why people just, they go on the hamster wheel, and they just show up every day and have this boring life, and they're not healed. They haven't looked at their shit, and they're not living like a super happy, joyful, empowered life. And we are meant to live happy, joyful, empowered lives. with, passion driven and to support each other and help each other. Yes, we are. Yes. Okay, so I just want to go over the 4 agreements, and then the assignment will be based upon the 4 agreements. So the 4 agreements, the first one, and the book is by Don Miguel Ruiz. I highly recommend you pick one up. Okay, so 1, be impeccable with your word. So be impeccable with your word. If you're impeccable with your word, meaning you're not lying, you have integrity, you have value, and you are impeccable. Like, we're not telling white lies. We're not like kind of like not giving the full story. We are fully in integrity, in alignment with our truth, our beliefs, and we're not afraid to speak that. Okay? Transparent, like is being transparent, what I talked about. We're being transparent. Okay, number 2, don't take anything personally. If you take something personally, it's kind of what I just talked about with the poison, where you're drinking, somebody else's poison, because if they are judging you and then you're sucking that in and you're believing that, that's like that negative energy that you're just believing, taking in, and embodying that energy and that truth, and it's not the truth. So why would we even worry about what somebody says? Why would we worry about what somebody says about ourselves? It's because we're not confident in who we are. And that's, that might be a little tough love, y'all, but when we are fully confident in who we are, who the hell cares what anybody thinks of us? And that is the freedom. That's why I became this spiritual warrior, empowerment, and freedom coach. Because living a life that is free from other people's judgment, free from your own judgment, is a really pure, beautiful place to live. And being able to stand up for that negative energy when you need to. But you stand up with compassion and love, because whatever's going on with that person, that's their shit. And like, it's their shit that they need to work through, or, should, if they want healing and growth and to live a great life. So, yeah, it's not personal. It's like a mirror, actually. If they're judging you, that's actually what they think about themselves. And then when you really think about it that way, then you have compassion for them. Like, oh man, if they judge you, say they're like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about, you're a crazy person. Flip it to, they're actually saying that about themselves. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm crazy. I'm a crazy person. So flip it around. It has nothing to do with you. It is the way they perceive themselves, but they don't know. So they project it on you. It's crazy powerful, like freaking magic wand within you power, once you can take that and utilize it and know that. That's the truth. What anybody says about you is not about you. Nope. Yeah, I recently had an interaction with somebody that I didn't invite in my life. From the ex, this person came into my life, and they were helpful. They were pretty helpful. But then one morning, it was a week ago, they texted me and basically were like judging me about what I'm putting out there in the world and how I'm showing up in the world. And I have compassion that's actually like their shit for healing. It has nothing to do with me. I did have to block that person because, like I said, they weren't invited in my life. They're not a friend of mine. They were not invited in my life. And that was a little bit easier to just be like, yo, you weren't invited and now you're judging me, and nah, sorry. Nope. No, because what I do, I wear my heart on my sleeve and I try to help people. And so if I'm helping people on a deep core level and that triggers somebody, I triggered her. I triggered her insecurities or something in her life that needs healing. So you're welcome. You're welcome. You know who you are if you're watching because you're probably spying on me on YouTube. Hi. Praying for you. Praying for you. And I have compassion for you. And this is how it works. Does that make sense? So they've been they've been secretly spying on me for years. And then she popped in my life and gave me a little bit of good information. And then she judged me. And then I said, sorry, no can do. I'm just here to help people, not here to be judged. And if somebody's judging me and they're very, very harmful, then they have to go for now. And nothing's permanent, everything is temporary. Nothing is permanent, everything is temporary. And we heal. And we can forgive ourselves and we can forgive others. And that's the best way to live. Forgive yourself, forgive others. Okay, number 3, the third agreement. Don't make assumptions. Don't make assumptions. You can't. You are not anybody but yourself. You can't make assumptions. And the universe, you don't know what the universe is going to give you because it's usually this or something better. As long as you believe in that faith, have that faith. This or something better is going to happen. So don't pinpoint exactly, the outcome. Be open-minded to more than this. Yeah. Because that's how it works. But if you limit yourself, then the universe is like, okay, that's all they want. So we're just going to give them this. Okay. So don't make assumptions. So clear communication. Conversation, especially nowadays with texting, it could get really, really tricky and unclear. And one perception can be totally different than the other. So ask questions. What did you mean by that? I'm not sure I understand. Jump on a phone call so that the texting's not like icky. And we can't make assumptions because our interpretation of something might be the complete opposite of what that person meant. And a lot of times we're writing too quickly or the iPhone's like saying wonky shit. And you're like, oh my God. You look back at it and you're like, oh my God, did I really just send that text? Because I was in a hurry and it just was the craziest thing. It's so funny. The iPhone will definitely trip you up sometimes and say some crazy shit. Hello, welcome. I see you guys. Okay, so don't make assumptions, ask questions. Communication must be clear in order to fully understand one another when it comes to interacting with people. Number 4. So 4 agreements. Number 4, always do your best. Always do your best. And that's all you can do. So if you're always doing your best, then you have less judgment on yourself and you're not as critical on yourself. And if you're doing the best that you can, then you should be proud of yourself. You should be proud of yourself. I'm not sure what made you laugh, Tanya, but I'm glad. She's like the crying eyes, like a bunch of them. Okay. So always do your best. Self-judgment and regret, that really trips us up. We're our biggest critic, our own biggest critic. We are. Yes. And forgive yourself. Be able to forgive yourself. Man, I was just a freaking asshole. I just blew up. I know I could have done better. Okay. So give yourself some grace. Show yourself some grace. All right, so I can apologize to myself. I can apologize to the other person. And the quicker you can do that, the quicker you feel better. Are you familiar with that feeling inside your gut when something is out of alignment, where you're like, oh, this doesn't feel good? You know it. You know it doesn't feel good. So, how can you shift that uneasy feeling in your gut? How can you shift it? You can forgive. Oh, the phone type. Yeah, forgive. You can apologize. And honestly, so in a recovery program, it's keep your side of the street clean. And for reals, like that's to anybody. You don't have to be in recovery to keep your freaking side of the street clean. So once you keep your side of the street, I'm constantly sweeping my street. Constantly sweeping my street. Let go with love. Let go with love, with God, source energy, compassion. Let go. Sweep that side of your street clean. And then does that feeling go away? That uneasy feeling in your stomach go away? Yes. Yes. Cool, right? So really forgive ourselves if we, oh, and okay, so those are the 4 agreements. Let me just recap in case you just joined. The 4 agreements, highly recommend. The homework assignment in the Facebook group will be in there, and you can comment in that post once I post that. Okay, so number 1, be impeccable with your word. Number 2, do not take anything personally. Number 3, don't make assumptions. Number 4, always do your best. Always do your best. And then if we're not able to fulfill those 4 in a day, maybe we fail at adhering to those and make those agreements. Like, am I willing and able and committed to these 4 agreements? These are life agreements. And once you do these, your life will get a lot easier and a lot more peaceful. And that is so true. A lot more peaceful. So be able to forgive yourself if you fail at any of these. Be able to forgive yourself. We're not perfect. We're never going to be perfect. Yeah, we're perfectly imperfect is one of my favorite sayings. Perfectly imperfect. And honestly, if people exit our life, it's just the way it goes, and we have no control over that. The person that left me, that broke up with me, that relationship, I truly adore that person's soul. I miss them tremendously. However, because of all the healing within that person that is waiting to come out, waiting to be healed, I can't connect with that person right now because of the blocks that person has put in their life. Because I'm super compassionate and I love everybody. Like, unconditionally, I love you, because the more you mess with me, the more compassion I have. The more you mess with me and try to hurt me deliberately or unconsciously, the more compassion I have for you. Because I didn't do anything. I just speak my truth. And if my truth hurts, well, you have the choice to clearly communicate, to want to heal, to try to understand, because you're calling everything into your realm. You're calling this stuff into your realm to heal. So that's taking that, as we talked in the beginning, taking ownership of everything that's happening in your life. Take full ownership of your life and then create your life the way you want to create it, and heal from all the bullshit that's in your past, because your past is your past. Don't look back at your past unless it makes sense for healing. And then once we heal that, then it's something to talk about. So we're all here with our stories, and I show up today to show people that it's okay. It's more than okay to be vulnerable, honest, upfront, and personal, because that's actually the quickest way to heal. That's the quickest way to heal, is to talk about it and to figure it out. Like, once we start talking about it and go tapping into our subconscious, like memories, our memories from the past, because we do forget about them. But once we start thinking about it, oh, wait, I think that happened. Wait, why did that happen? Oh, okay, that happened. And then this happened, and blah, blah, blah. And then this happened. And then I'm healing from that. So because I healed from that, now I'm here today. And, it all makes sense. It's like, like when you're a kid, you do the connect the dots, like the connect the dots. If we connect the dots in our timeline from the past, it all makes sense up to the right today, right here, right now, to this point in time. And so once that all makes sense and you're like, oh, that actually helped me, like that ex-boyfriend who left me when I got sober this time around, like 6.5 years ago. Of course, that was the most amazing, best thing that could have happened. So grateful for that experience. And also this one, the latest one, because I finally healed. I stood in my power, my self-worth, and my self-love. And I wasn't going to accept anything less than what I knew I deserved. And that's when it started to get, that person with narcissistic behaviors is used to getting their, what they want. They're used to getting what they want. And when they didn't have that extra supply, me agreeing I'll be on the back burner, they blocked me. They bounced because they couldn't handle it. Couldn't handle it. Boo Bear, what a cute name. Hey, Boo Bear. That's so cute. Nice to meet you. Thanks for being here. Okay. Does that, so does that make sense? Where, like I think I did a reel on the most hurtful, hardest things that happened for us. The hardest things, the most painful things bring the most healing. It's whether or not we choose to heal or how long it takes to heal. Now, there is no timeline on healing, so don't get me wrong. A lot of times it might take a long time. It could take a long time. But we show up, we show up in our spacesuits, meat suits, shells, whatever you call it. I call it spacesuit, as you know. We show up, we suit up, and we become more of our true, authentic self, more true to our soul, our purpose, our soul purpose, our journey here on on this one life here, in this one body here, to heal and to rise up our energy. So high energy, so low energy, and even sounds low: depression, despair, desperation. And then they go all the way up, could go up to like anger, to content, and then all the way up to love is the high. Love, joy, peace. Doesn't that sound good? Say it with me. Love, joy, peace. Love, joy, peace. Yes. That is a high vibe energy. That is a high vibe energy. And that is a beautiful thing to embody that, to be that. Be that. I am love. I am joy. I am peace. Say it. I am love. I am joy. I am peace. I am love. I am joy. I am peace. I am love. I am joy. I am peace. So it just feels so good. Affirmations are amazing. Amazing. All right. So we're going to wrap this up by talking about our assignment for today. You will find the assignment in the private Facebook group. If you are not in that group, you will find the link in my bio to join it. If you've never met me before and we're not connected, I do have to go in and improve the profiles in Facebook. But and if you can't find it, but the link is in my bio Instagram. It's like the only link that you click. and that'll take you to the group. YouTube, I am not certain. I should be in my bio. But it takes you to Linktree. I think it's the first thing. I'll try to switch it out so you guys can come tomorrow. So tomorrow we will be showing up again at 11 a.m. Eastern time. And tomorrow, I'm not even sure. Oh, tomorrow's topic, let me tell you, it's using your energy to manifest. Using your energy to manifest. That's tomorrow's topic. So that's exciting. Talk about a magic wand, man. Woo! Yeah. Yeah. Hey. I'm excited to talk about tomorrow. I love talking about manifestation. I love manifesting. I love teaching people how to manifest. It's so exciting. Yeah. Okay. So today's assignment is going to be, I'm going to post the 4 agreements in the group. And your assignment will be to comment. So read the 4 agreements and then comment on which one you have the most difficulty with and why. Which 4 agreement do you have the most difficulty with and why? So that is your assignment that you'll do in the Facebook group, Up Your Vibe. And in that group, we do have prizes. And the prizes go to whoever posts the most, or not posts the most, basically like shows up. So shows up in every way. They're participating, they're supporting others, they are doing the homework, they're commenting. So basically, the winners, there'll be 3. I'm not sure about the 2 other prizes, but the grand prize is you win a 1-hour spiritual practitioner life coaching session with me. And this is a super powerful session. This will change your life. I know it. And that's just truth. Truth is truth. I'm not trying to be like ego. It's like I'm super humbled. It's channeled through source. So it's not really me. I'm channeling with spirit. And that's how it's become such a powerful session. So I'm not taking credit for it at all. I'm just the messenger. But I am blessed to be able to be the messenger, which is very cool. Very cool. Cool. All right. So yeah, tomorrow, using your energy to manifest. Facebook group, link in bio. If you guys are watching on YouTube, if you enjoyed this challenge, today's topic, you can check out yesterday's. And then tomorrow will be also at 11 a.m. Eastern. Take a second right now, put down your coffee while I drink some water and click subscribe as I drip. And thank you. I am super blessed and grateful to be alive and to be here. And for you, I'm so grateful for your energy, being present in this live today and showing up for you. Because this is how I did it. I just started plugging in to mentors and learning and growing. And I've done I spent so much money on myself and my journey because it's just been so enlightening and feels good to also be able to give, the things that I learn and help others do the same. Yes, Tanya, she says, I am love, I am joy, I am peace. You're welcome. You are absolutely all of those things. We all are. We are all perfect, whole, and complete. We are everything that God is. And when we actually believe it, we lift the vibe and find our tribe. Thanks, you guys. Thank you, Tanya. Thank you for your interaction and much love, peace, and namaste. Have a great rest of your Saturday. I'll see you tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern. Mwah. Ciao.